Well, it's been a while, that's for sure. But I've been out here, don't worry, doing what I can. Got my new rubbers in for up here, and thank goodness for that because those rubbers are in shitty condition. So I'll be putting those in. First time doing those, it doesn't look very hard. I got the correct glue and whatnot, and watched many YouTube videos how to do it. Rear view mirror, I got that guy. That was a new windshield in this car. You can really tell by the dirt on it, but anyways, they had put a new windshield in. And I got the funky glue for that, so we will mount that. And then other than, doing a little bit of paint on those silver screws, interior is pretty much done. So, been working away, like I say, lots of stuff. I got the valve covers and the air cleaner set in place. I fucking love those, I'll tell you what. They look nice on this older car, you know. That's pretty cool with the little contrast in there. I like that. I cut this down. It had a big idler there for the AC that I wasn't using, so there was like an AC bypass idler you could buy. It looked like fucking shit, so this looks 100 times better. Of course, I had to shorten the belt. You can see I just got her pinched right where it needs to be. I know the circumference, and I'll get one. I got my fan and spacer. Just got one of those fans. I know electric probably be better, but I really don't care. This thing's all about reliability. Don't want any issues, and I don't want to do any more wiring than I have to. For anybody running these Edelbrock, oh, that's the other thing, bought an Edelbrock carburetor for it. I don't know. I was going to use that. Hypo carb, and the problem is it comes so far forward. It was just impeding every movement I wanted to make with the distributor. And I thought, you know what? There's nothing wrong with a new carb, and especially an Edelbrock for a cruiser like this. They're the best thing ever, man. Hollies are great. They make a little more power. You can feel it, you know. And they say it takes 20 horsepower for the butt dyno to actually feel. So maybe they do make a difference. I don't give a fuck. I want to be able to start it and enjoy it every day. So for anybody using these cheap, this is the Ryan Star, these cheap aftermarket, whatever you call them, throttle mounts. To use this one on the Ford with an Edelbrock, I had to, I don't know if you can see it, but I had to clearance. So I just had to grind the inside of that just a bit between like here and here so that it could clear, because you can see how close it is. You can see there where I clearanced it, kind of. The other thing I had to clearance, oddly, was the back side of this. You can see there I put a little notch and I ground that because this is your choke here when the choke is actuated on the other side. Well, when this came all the way back, it was actually hitting that choke, and it would like close your choke slightly. So yeah, wide open throttle, she's self-richening. That's not so good. So either way, had to clearance there. Everything else was direct bolt up, except I don't believe these kits, and maybe they do. I didn't have one, but I don't think these kits come with the Ford with that old style mount. So what I did, I just drilled a hole and actually just put a self tapper in there, and this guy's solid. She ain't going nowhere, and it works great. Everything's great. So happy. Got my new master cylinder in, got the brake lines hooked up, got my rear brake lines in there. You can't really see them, but they're there. I'll show you more of those after. Bled all the brakes. Any of you guys doing your own brakes? Man, I'll tell you what, one of these fucking, I don't know what this cost me, like fuck all, like 30 bucks maybe. I don't think it was 40, but even if it is, man, these little air bleeders are like unbelievable, man. You just hook it right onto your guy there, crack your line. You don't want very little pressure. Like you just barely crack this. This is your air. So you can just barely hear it. Because if you go too far, I think it sucks air at like there and it'll suck air around here and stuff. It's not ideal. So you don't crank it, but you give her a bit. And wow, what a beauty. I literally just sat out here, bled the brakes myself, right? Started at the far back corner, and then that one, and then that one, and this one. No deal, no issue whatsoever. It was mint. And lucky, man, I literally have no leaks on any of the fittings. I fucking could not believe it. The gods were with me on that one, I'll tell you what. My guardian angels were helping with all of this shit. So that's good. Like I say, what else we got going on here? I got my emergency brake cables on. I just got to make a little hook. I'll show you that when we're underneath the car. But, so I got my exhaust finished up today. And I'll tell you what, that was a chore. But what a cool exhaust we put together. Something a little different. Some people will naysay this one. They go fuck themselves, don't care. So she's 3-inch, turning down nice and high so nobody can see it. Just, you know, one of those cheap do-it-yourself kits with the mandrel bends, 3-inch. Going right up. And anyways, I got my hanger here attached up there. You can see where she sits. Let me get a better view of this. So, yeah, she's good. I got another hanger right there, attached up inside there. Those hangers are nice. They're easy to use. Weld them on. I don't know. So everybody fits good, sits good. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm running a Dynamax Ultraflow. These things are like 1300 CFM, man. And like your what do you call it? The Flowmasters are like 400 or 500 each. So literally, we're good. I got the 3-inch going to there. And then the pièce de résistance and the most fucking work is this guy here. So we built a Y pipe for it. So it's 2.5-inch pipes going up to the front, merging into 3-inch at 3-inch right at the merge, which is ideal. And then I've got one of the ball and socket attachments, and away we go. And yeah, what a beauty. It's good for clearances. Everybody's good. It's up high where it belongs. Looks perfect. Very happy with it. Very happy with everything. So there you go. So the exhaust is 100% done, and she is like solid. Like it's freaking in there, man. It's perfect. Super happy. Like I say, got the e-brake cables on. They're just kind of hanging a bit right now. Got the front one in, everybody's in. But this guy here, from this spot right here, there's a little hook that comes back, and it basically holds this like that between itself and the hook. And when you push your brake down, because it's the old foot style, then it just pulls up. When I pull on this, it's basically actuating both of those. I got to hook them up at the rear still. But yeah, awesome. So, as always, getting closer and closer and closer. So, at this point, before I start up, I still need to change the transmission filter, and I'm going to get some oil in there, get that going. I want to prime the oil system. I'll have to pull the distributor back out. I've got it marked all the different times I fucking, there's 1, 1, 1. I know that's the actual one. But literally, how many times have I actually moved the friggin' thing? But anyways, it's there. So I'll pull that out, prime the oil system up before I do the valve covers up. Then I'm going to put the valve covers on properly. And we'll see what the oil pressure is during priming. That's always a good indicator of what you're going to get running. It'll be a little lower, obviously, priming, but usually a good indicator. So, yeah, we are dangerously close to doing some firing up here. Got to get the rubbers in here. I got the breather for that. I got a new PCV valve for the other side. And, you know, just innumerous millions of fucking details that need to be done. I still got to fix the wiring that I tried to cut through about 6 or 8 months ago. Fix that up and get the rest of the wiring done. Like I say, got to do some mods. First of all, for the distributor to run it and the alternator to charge it. And I got to redo the wiring a little bit in the rear. Just there's a couple, there was some pretty rough fucking shit going down to the tank. Luckily the plug and everything at the tank and the first 6 inches of wire are good, and the wire's good up inside. It's just in between. My God, they had fucking Moretz on it. Moretz! So anyways, who the fuck puts Moretz on a fucking car? But so be it. We will solder. Maybe we'll solder and hit heat shrink. Like, we'll just go all out, like, you know, really too far maybe. But anyways, we'll solder and heat shrink some new wire in there and do a good job of it. And yeah, we'll make something of her yet. So, I don't know what else to show you. Like I say, brake lines are all in, so they're not super beautiful, but they're not bad. Got those guys all done. Like I say, everything bled up nice. Look at that beautiful exhaust. Yeah, she turned out good, actually, the exhaust. We got lots of clearance and lots of flow. Like I say about naysayers, everybody's going to be saying, well, why didn't you put fucking duals on it? Well, 2 reasons. 1, those fucking mufflers are expensive and I don't give a shit. And 2, if anybody's ever heard a cammed car with a single exhaust, especially a 302 Ford, there ain't a lot of them out there, but there's a few, and I'll tell you what, man, they got a sound that is unfucking real when they idle, because it just kind of echoes, especially with a large diameter tube like this. They got a wicked sound. It's unbelievable. And then I was kind of looking into it and I wasn't sure, and then I seen just somehow I stumbled, because I was looking for single exhaust stuff, and I stumbled upon one of the Engine Masters ones where those guys get on the dyno there with Buddy, and they were comparing, you know, turbo mufflers and straight through mufflers, which this is a straight through, and single and dual exhaust. And they actually made like considerably more horsepower with a 3-inch single. Now theirs was 3 from front to back single, and with a, I wouldn't say it was a better merge, but a more tidy merge than my homemade merge. But either way, so they made more power and a lot more torque. So they were blown away. But then basically what they deduced by the end of the show was, hey, look, if you're 400 horsepower and under, and the motor they were doing was around 4, just over 4, just a small block Chev, that one. And they said, if you're around there and under, single's the way to go. It really is, you know. And so, and the other reason, of course, I was going to say I felt it would be easier. And I guess in a sense it was, because I didn't have to build 2 tailpipes. And I don't have to worry about, you know, because my fuel source is right there, right? So I don't have to be so careful tucking everything in there, because I'm going to put an electric pump on this and everything. So I got all kinds of room for that now, having the exhaust on the other side. That's fucking perfect. So yeah, it's just one of those things. And trust me, if you're worried about it, wait till you hear the sound when we start it. I know it's going to be good. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.